recently, Dennis Bergkamp-esque?
I guess in terms of creativity, you can say yes, because nobody is as good as creativity in terms of creativity than him in the Premier League since the start of last season. In terms of assists and big chances created, all of that, expected assist if you want, all the stats and the underlying stats is there. But he's more of a goal scorer than Dennis ever was. Dennis Bergkamp would never put up the numbers like 22 goals in a season, for example. That was not Dennis's game at all. So we see Dennis there technically. Two really, really beautiful and gifted players, and you could see Cole scoring something a bit like that. But I mean, Dennis was outstanding in this one, obviously.
I think this is probably the most famous one. Yeah.
So in terms of the genius and the mentality, they're there. But I still see Cole as more of a finisher, really, than Dennis was.
Who would you compare him to?
He scares me stiff, Dennis, when I look at that. I mean, he's tortured me so many times. I mean, he's such a genius of a player. No comparison. Not that he's not as good, but I just don't. I think they move differently.
Yeah, I agree.
I think they've got different games. So no, whoever said that, interesting.
Very interesting. Well, he made history last week. That's Cole Palmer, when he became the first player to score 4 goals in a first half of a Premier League match. They play Nottingham Forest on Sunday, who are rather worried.
Cannot ignore, but it's not the game plan based on one place. It's about the team. Chelsea is much more than individual players. They have very good idea of football, the way they create the possessions, and then it's about releasing the space for the talent players that they have. So if we can in some way prevent the good players receiving the balls in the right spaces, we are doing a good work. That's why I tell you, Chris, it's about the team.
I really don't think that we can compete with City and Arsenal. I really think that because we are not ready, and the reason why is because I said many times, City is working with the same manager 9 years, Arsenal is working with the same manager 5 years, and it's something that if you want to compete for important thing, you need that time.
Are they title contenders, though? Mariska, they're talking about the fact that they're not quite ready.
They've started well, and he's done well, considering the summer they had, all the ins and outs, and the massive squads. I think he's done well. He really did you see the improvement again, the progression? It's easy when you face this very naive Brighton side that we mentioned.
Yeah.
And they will have much tougher opposition, by the way, too. They had City on the first game of the season, but after that, there were games that they could do well against, teams that they could do well against. So, yeah, it's good. But it's still very early. They're not as good as City, Arsenal and Liverpool, definitely. If they finish 5th or 6th, even top 4, I think even Villa could finish above them. Even Spurs, I think, are ahead in their projects, certainly on the edge. But even if you finish 6th or 5th, it's an improvement compared to last season, and hopefully there'll be the progression for next year.
Your and my favourite time of the show now, prediction time. Let's get the thoughts of Tim and Jules, actually the verdict from the two of them. And we start with the lunchtime kickoff here in the UK. Jules, you get to go first because it's your birthday.
Yeah, thank you.
Crystal Palace versus Liverpool.
I think Liverpool on that, with that momentum, the run, even with the early kickoff, I think they're going to win 3-1.
2-0 Liverpool.
Next up, Arsenal versus Southampton.
Cricket score. 5-0.
3-0.
Why?
Because they're wide open, they're just playing to their hands, they keep playing it out from the back. Arsenal was so aggressive in the press, they keep nicking it off and they put it back in their net 5 times.
Well, he says 3 times, but anyway, you both say big win for Arsenal. Next game is Brentford versus Wolves.
I like Gary O'Neill and the job that he's done. I know they're struggling, and Brentford are going to score in the first minute. I can guarantee you that, obviously.
If you've been in a row.
Yeah, nobody has ever done before. That's a world record, and it will finish 1-1.
I've got 1-1. That's why I had it in my head, so I won't change it. I'll go with the birthday boy.
Oh, that's so kind of you. What do you think's going to happen in the match between Leicester and Bournemouth?
Leicester 0, Bournemouth 2.
Yeah, I think a Bournemouth win as well, maybe 2-1. Evan Nilsson scoring his first goal. They've got Semenyo on top form as well. They're looking good. Iraola is doing a great job.
Prediction for Manchester City Fulham.
3-0.
2-1. City.
Okay, what do you think is going to happen when West Ham face Ipswich?
Big game for Lopetegui. This is huge. They cannot lose this game. He really can't. you think Ten Hag's under, back to that thing. You think he's under pressure. If he loses this game, it's serious trouble. So they won't lose. They'll win 2-1.
They win 2-0.
Okay. Everton, Newcastle.
I like this one because Everton finally winning, Dwight McNeil doing great, but we saw a lot of what make Newcastle good against City teams. So I go for a Newcastle away win, which is quite rare for Eddie Howe, 1-0.
I'm going 2-1 Everton in the Duncan Ferguson derby.
Your time to shine. Aston Villa versus Manchester United.
Aston Villa 2, Manchester United 1.
Got to tell us why?
Because I just think they're better than Manchester United. I think they're capable of scoring goals, and they will score 2. And I just think that Man United have the moments to score 1. So I'm not sure he gets the result he wants.
I agree. I thought 2-1 before Tim said it as well. I think United's going to score first, and then Villa are going to turn the game around like they do regularly this season.
Okay, we have only seconds left. So Chelsea, Forest.
3-2 Chelsea.
4-1 Chelsea.
Brighton, Spurs.
Tottenham win 3-0.
3-1.
Okay.
Well, the man of the moment since the start of the season, Cole Palmer, has been directly involved in a league high 43 Premier League goals, scoring 28 and assisting 15. Well, that's one man riot. He scored 4 goals in their last game against Brighton, and at the moment he has most goal contribution since he joined Chelsea last season. We are talking about a winger stroke midfielder here. We are not talking about an outright striker, out-and-out striker like Haaland, and he is on top of Haaland, and Haaland is a goal machine. So if you put into context what this guy has done since joining Chelsea, is crazy, absolutely out of the world. And you just heard Tim Sherwood saying he's currently the best player in the Premier League, and I can bet you that not many people will argue that. Not many people will argue that. That's as good as fast as you can get. At the moment, he is on 10 goal contribution in the Premier League this season. From midfield, he's not even playing as a winger this season, apart from the first game against Manchester City that he didn't even score or even assist because Chelsea lost 2 goals to nothing. So he's playing central midfielder at the moment, and he's scoring. He is contributing 10 goals already for the Blues this season. That's insane if you ask me. But that's the kind of form Cole Palmer is currently on. And Nottingham Forest, we have to stop him if they want to win. There are no two ways about it. If they want to beat Chelsea, they first and foremost need to stop Cole Palmer from running riot like he did against Brighton. If they can achieve that, then one problem is solved, and then they'll hope that the likes of Sancho or the likes of Madueke are not on fire as well. So that's what makes Chelsea so special this season. They have everybody firing on all cylinders. Like, their attack at the moment is crazy. It's crazy. Jackson has scored 3 goals. Madueke has scored 3 goals. Sancho has 3 assists. It's crazy, everybody is contributing. It's not like if you stop Palmer, then you have stopped Chelsea. You've stopped Palmer, you've just done one job and have other jobs to do. So it's what it is. And I don't know if Nottingham Forest will succeed in, stopping that Chelsea attack. But the thing with Chelsea is, if they are scoring goals, they can also leak goals, because their defense is, far from solid at the moment. So probably Nottingham Forest will have 1 or 2 chances to score goal on their own, and the hope that Chelsea do not score as much as possible. Chelsea do not score more than them. Definitely, that's what they have been doing this season. Their last 2 matches have ended 4 goals to 2 apiece. So a lot of work to be done by Nottingham Forest, but it promises to be one hell of a match. Chelsea are going, they are 4th at the moment, and they are going really, really strong, growing strong at the moment, and one of the best teams in the Premier League at the moment in terms of playing style. They are very entertaining to watch, and they are scoring freely, and that's a deadly combo. A good game in anticipation.